What's the most important moment of any tennis shot? Well, I would say it's that 4 to 5 milliseconds that the ball's in contact with the strings. If everything else is good, but that's not right, you're not winning in tennis. That's the most important moment of any tennis shot. So what that means for us is timing is everything. It's the most important. If we're shooting for good timing, that's a goal for us to achieve. And like any goal, we need to have a good definition to tell us what we're shooting for. So the goal or the definition of timing is a centered impact in a good relationship to your body for the shot you intend to hit. That's the goal.
Our definition is good for ground strokes, volleys, serves, and returns, and it can be broken into two parts. The first part is general timing. The second part is all about specific timing. Timing also has technical aspects as well as tactical. A great way to visualize the technical aspect of timing is to imagine a three-dimensional box floating at the ideal place to impact the ball. For example, on a forehand ground stroke, this impact would be located at a specific vertical height compared to your body, at a specific location back to front, and at a specific distance from your body. Your job is to maneuver your box so the ball crosses through it. Impacting the ball below the box, above the box, too much to the inside, too far outside, too early or too late, all translates to poor timing. But if you center the ball in the box, that's perfect timing. That's the technical aspect of timing. When it comes to the tactical aspect of timing, there are two key elements. The first is whether you're taking the ball when it's falling, at its peak, or on the rise. Each of these are for different tactical intentions. For example, letting it fall may gain you time to hit a higher quality shot. Taking it on the rise, however, may allow you to take time away from your opponent. The final tactical element is disguise. And this is really for only players 4.5 and above, for their ability to hold their timing and not give away anything to their opponent.
The final part of the definition is talking about specific timing. And when we're talking about specific timing, we're talking about creating that ideal relationship between you and the ball for your impact, but it's for the intended shot. So the tactic that you have is going to require specific timing. There would be, for example, a different impact point if I'm trying to level a passing shot down the line compared to if I'm hitting a heavy topspin angle cross court. There would be some variation in that impact point, and that's the specific timing for the particular shot I'm intending to hit.
For example, here's an impact point for a rally shot. Notice the change if we change to a shoulder height level drive.
When I am making that impact point, where the shot goes is all about what we call the path principles. So it's the path of the racket through that impact point, whether it's level or low to high or high to low. It's the angle of the racket, and that's the vertical and the horizontal angle, and then the speed of the racket through that impact. That's the PAS, the path principles. That's a recipe that creates every single shot that I'm intending in tennis. From Federer's or fantastic cross-court drives to Nadal's heavy topspin rally balls to your cutest drop shot. All those are about the pass principles at the impact point, and that's what.
Now that we've defined timing, the question becomes, so what? Well, a couple of key points. First off, we need to understand that tennis is a game of receiving and then sending. It's not like I'm learning golf. The challenge of timing is about reception. It's about adaptation to balls that are
shorter and higher and wider and spinnier, and I'm trying to maintain my timing with all those adjustments that I have to make. That is one of the key points. It's receiving, not sending. The other point is this, because timing is the key thing that you're trying to do, that's why we do everything else. Why do you think you have to have good preparation? Why is your footwork got to be there? Why are you watching the ball and tracking it? All that is in function of trying to create the perfect timing. That's why you even do all those other things that coaches have talked about over the years. And they're all important, but they're for a reason. It's to make the timing. And the final point is this. Timing is then, because of all these things, the key determining factor of your level. Why is a beginner a beginner? Well, because they have a hard time relating to the ball. An intermediate player can relate a little bit better, and a pro is a pro because they can create that excellent relationship between them and the ball, no matter where the ball is, and make that great timing. So if you really want to improve your level, one of the main things you need to work on is your timing, because timing is everything.